Battle round 21. And we've got an interesting fight for you all tonight. I am Goron, and I am here with... Well, do you want to introduce yourself?
Oh no, it happened again. Hold on a second.
Yep. The universe is imploding again. Jeez. That was a joke. But,
yeah. Windows is having a day.
I see.
So
But,
this will take just a second.
yep. I need to play some elevator music right now. You know, to everybody here. You know, dun 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 dun, sort of stuff. Yes, I can't even remember how to go. Yes, no, but
Okay, yeah. Now it should have like sound settings as it should be again.
okay then. So
It's very annoying, but this be Windows.
yep, it do be like that sometimes. But yeah, I'll say that I'm here with Inquisitor Cat. So, but yeah, has it all worked out? Are you ready now, Inquisitor Cat? I know that technical difficulties do be a pain sometimes.
Yes.
Okay then. So, we are. The fight is Gomer versus Morpha. Gomer, you know, really good fighter, effectively ambush predator. Morpha has some very interesting skills and can be quite zonal, really. Yeah, we'll go and... Well, do you want to say anything about it before going into stats?
Well, Goma is the fighter that, well, as a not a fighter, as a character in the series, and well, as a being, as a species, as a character, as everything in the entire series, that's been changing on every iteration.
Yeah, true. But, yeah, okay, let's go to stats. Goma, Health C, Power C, Intelligence A, Mobility A, Special Abilities, Minions D, Venom D, Blind Sense B. I mean, Goma's got that intelligence, has minions and Venom. Could be useful against Morpha. What do you think, Kat?
Well, intelligence have been proven to be a very important stat, and mobility A is nothing to be scoffed at either.
Yeah. So, we'll look at Morpha, Health D, Power F, Intelligence F, Mobility D. But that special ability, Aqua Affinity B, I mean, again, special ability is very powerful. We have yet to really see its uses out here, you know, with regards to Morpha itself, but maybe it'll be useful in the fight against Goma.
We will see.
We shall
It
see.
will definitely be very useful over here right now because I can hear the Fort Waters outside.
Yes. I hope Morpha isn't where you are. But, yeah, so, well, that's Goma versus Morpha. Yeah, so we'll have to decide amongst us is the first thing. So, I'm just gonna put it here, where it normally is, and let me just see. Are we happy with that?
Yes.
We can go into other things later, but as always, this is the most likely thing to happen, and I'll put it down here. Just some more sort of things on it. That's my opinion, and I'll say some more But yeah. I'll say more just in case for you, Kat. Are you happy with all of that?
I would up the percentage on the first option even more, but
Okay.
it's due to the things that have been discussed.
Yeah, we'll discuss that sort of thing later, really. I think is best. But for now, one of us will have to be Goma. One of us will have to be Morpher. You know what? I'm thinking, Kat, you'd feel more at home being Goma, wouldn't you?
Yes.
Yes. So, you're Goma in this, I'm Morpher. Now, one thing we haven't discussed is the battle itself, the battle room. So, what I'm sort of thinking is the top is the vines from the Great Deku Tree, whilst the bottom is the water temple that Morpha resides in. Are we happy with that?
Yes.
Yes, okay then. So that's pretty much everything sorted out. Let's set it. I will set the battle here. So yes, Goma just hanging around on the Deku Tree, the roots of the Deku Tree, suddenly spots underneath this big pool of water and some spikes and some strange. Well, Goma wouldn't know it's an amoeba, but would see Morpher effectively down there, right below Goma. And yeah, I'll leave it to you now, Kat. Goma does have first action, so
Yeah. Goma, seeing how the environment just changed as it did, would be very wary and spawn in a minion to just send down forth to see what happens.
okay. Now I would believe that Goma would be right above Morpher in this, so I'd say that Goma's minion spawns onto one of the platforms, and then Morpher would take an action, I'd assume. Yeah, okay. So, that minion spawns on the platform. Morpher would grab that minion and toss it into a spike, killing it. Is what Morpher does. And then it goes back to you.
Goma, seeing this, would spawn in a couple additional minions,
Yeah.
sending them to further, like both the other ends of the current arena, and just try to see what happens.
Okay. Morpher in this count, because Morpher isn't seeing whatever it is as a threat. They are both the upper ends. Okay. I'll be generous as Morpher here. Because there's a probability. I'm gonna say Morpher tries to attack one of the minions, but spreads itself completely fully out and does not touch that one minion there. Okay? So that's what I say Morpher does. So it goes back to you.
Well, Goma's only plan here, sorry about that, with the minions, is to just see what Morpha's behavior is like, and if she sees that one of the minion is being attacked at a time, she would just let the other one goof around and just see what happens when the other one is, being attacked at. Can the other one distract Morpha or not?
Yeah, that's actually quite a good question. Can Morpher be distracted like that? I would say that in that case, although no, I'm probably getting ahead of myself. I'm probably thinking of things. Morpher would go to the but yeah. So I'm just trying to think. I mean, Goma's got those minions. Goma's staying put, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Morpher would go for the other minion right now. Now, I don't know how you want to play it. I'm sort of giving it a 50% chance on this one, depending how close the minion gets to Morpher. But again, we can both either agree on it or give a probability, but let's say Morpher does grab that minion and does kill it. In this case, is that okay?
Yeah.
Okay,
I would see in either situation, that minion being dead, killed or not, Goma's response would not change that much.
Okay, then.
And Goma's response to the situation would be to have a better understanding that whatever this creature down below is, it just seems to attack whatever goes down there, and Goma's happy being up there, so.
I mean, are we happy calling it?
Pretty much after this, yes.
Yes, so I know we said this was boss battle, bosses facing off against bosses, but in this, we've never said that they've had a full bloodlust effectively against one another. Therefore, the result of this is a draw. And we can discuss the exact percentages now if you want. Kat, do you want to explain things, and do you also want to explain the possibility that Goma wins as well? But the main result is that draw.
Yes. So, looking at Goma's character, Goma's behavior, and very being of a stealth ambush predator, and well, being very happy in being like above in the vines, just slowly sucking the life out of the Deku tree. Goma would not have any reason to attack Morpha just because. Goma would even see Morpha as a potential, an ally, something that could attack and weaken prey that Goma could eventually eat herself.
Yeah. There's a lot of the reason these bosses fight each other is effectively pride. And Goma doesn't have that sort of pride. Goma, out of all the bosses, is the boss that just... If Goma didn't think that Goma could 100% win, Goma just wouldn't attack effectively. I mean, Goma would also attack if Goma was like, well, attacking is the only option here, but again, attacking isn't the only option here. What Goma found out about Morpher is that Morpher's more defensive around its own area. Morpher's more of a creature of sort of its own habitat. And, Goma was not impeding that habitat. For all that Morpher knew, Morpher probably didn't know that Goma was up there. Morpher knew about the spawns, but Morpher didn't know that Goma was up there, so therefore Morpher had no reason to attack Goma. And Goma, even knowing Morpher was down there, had no real reason to attack Morpher. It's a funny thing because we've had various reasons for draws in this in this series, but this is one of the most peculiar, where it's a draw by the fact that one won't fight the other, and the other doesn't even know that there's a fight. Yeah.
Yeah, I call this one of the most amusing scenarios possible for a draw.
Yeah. It is quite amusing there, but we also just discussed in chat itself about the possibilities of if this was... I mean, first of all, we didn't give it a full 100% chance for a draw. We can talk about that. I gave a rough percentage, but, we could have gone back and forth on that one, so I did want your opinion, and that's what we're discussing now, Kat. We did give a percentage for Goma to win, and we did give a scenario in which Goma would win. So do you want to explain that in your opinion then, Kat?
Yes. So, if the scenario would have been that Goma and Mofa would have just needed to kill one another, or Goma would have, for some reason, been much more, you know, a protective parent and would have been angry at the minions dying
Yeah.
rather than them being tools, as they
Yeah.
have been shown in the past.
Yep.
Goma would have had a very good way of defeating Morpha in a way that would not have brought Goma into any danger, but it would have been a very slow one.
Yes.
And the method would have been the same as with Goma have been using to the Deku Tree itself, and that's been the Venom.
Yep. Yeah, Goma could have eventually used the venom on Morpha. Now, attacking the water around Morpha doesn't effectively attack Morpha itself, but, you know, we would have thought in this case some of it would have seeped through and it would have been an eventual death of Morpha. The one reason why we thought against it when thinking of this battle itself was just that Goma would have to put itself in necessary harm's way. Again, I agree with you, Kat, that the process itself wouldn't be harmful for Goma, but Goma would have to put itself in harm's way, or what it at least thought to be harm's way, in order to take out Morpha. And I think that we both just don't think that Goma would even want to take that risk, however small. For the most part. Yeah.
Yes, like there's always been a risk to this procedure, small as it is, and the fact that Goma would be able to quickly summarize that Morpha could be something useful rather than
Yes.
something harmful.
So yes, the one thing that we should discuss now, and again, just putting it there, maybe we got it wrong, so maybe we can find the ground here on it, is sort of, yeah, what possibilities would you have that Goma would have to use that technique on Morpha? I mean, I guess if Goma accidentally gets dislodged onto the ground, or, you know, if Goma was overprotective of her minions effectively, you know, what possibilities are there, and yeah, what percentage would you have put it that Goma would have chosen to fight and chosen to win this?
Like it would really require something to change. Like as the status quo as it is, it should technically never happen. But if one of those situations did happen, then I would just see it as a 95% chance of happening in that manner.
Yeah, okay then. But yeah, so I think it's probably best because, you know, sort of discussing it in percentages is putting it fooling. We couldn't determine fully, but I think we can both agree that the possibilities are quite minuscule there, for Goma to have to fight Morpha in this. It's very, very unlikely.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay then.
As things are, it's very like astronomically small that it would happen.
True.
Something would need to change in the actual situation.
Yeah, probably more. Yeah, I think considering all the possibilities, that is true. Yeah. So, good. Yeah, a draw. I haven't even gone into the boss stats yet. Like, generally, in all of this, it's been Goma's intelligence that has created the draw itself. for fringe scenarios, and they really are on the fringe, it's that venom and that intelligence. Again, if you know how to use your abilities, you know, they can be used really well here.
Yes, like if Goma's intelligence would have been lesser, and all the venom would not have been there, I would have seen this fight to actually have a fight. But both being a factor, it kind of removed the fight in this battle.
I mean, actually, when we think about it, if Goma's intelligence was less, Goma would have won. But in a sense, this is more a moral victory for Goma in such a strange way. I don't know if a draw gives it the credence that it does, you know.
Yeah, like categorizing this fight it's very hard.
It really is, yeah. And yeah, so Morpha. I mean, the funny thing is that this all comes down to, well, it's such a strange one because technically it's intelligence, isn't it? If Morpha had the intelligence to know that Goma existed, you know, I mean, we've said that Morpha could, you know, increase its power, perhaps slightly jokingly, previously, without truly changing what the result would be, because yeah, of that one previously. But I mean, if Morpha was more intelligent, then I guess I'm still wondering, would there be a fight if like Morpha had intelligence A? But then again, it's more to do with Morpha's senses than Morpha's intelligence here. You know.
Like if Morph, like I would see if Morpha would have the equal intelligence to Goma, there would have been a fight, at least eventually.
Yes, yes.
Because Morpha would also needs some sort of sustenance eventually, so Morpha would have needed to try to kill Goma eventually.
Yes. True. Eventually, yeah. So, yeah. Well, that's that there. But yeah, I mean, yeah, I don't know how I'm gonna mark this off because, you know, I really do. Goma versus Morpha. In a sense, like, it's not been a special fight, but in a sense it's been the most special fight because, you know, instead of having, you know, a lot of lost bosses like we do in most of these battles, one either wins or loses. You know, right now we have an alliance effectively. Not pragmatically and intellectually or anything, but you know, we actually got a situation where the bosses wouldn't want to fight against one another and would just live, you know, completely together. Also to say on that, because I haven't said before, I did think about the specifics of the battle itself. We could have changed the rooms so it was one side Goma, one side Morpha. I still think it would have been the same result, even if that would have happened. But yeah. Is there anything more you want to say on this boss battle?
Yeah, like both being in this, well, both beings of a completely different realm in essence.
True.
Goma just being happy, slowly feeding off the Deku tree, and Morpha just completely ignorant of everything and just slowly consuming and trying to killing anything that comes to its range of perception.
Yeah.
It's like they are made for each other.
Yeah.
Like things like this are seen in nature.
You know what? Let's do something special for the end of this. There, I've written it. no longer Goma versus Morpher. It's Goma and Morpher.
Yes.
But yeah, so yep, that's pretty much it. Boss battle round 21. Is there anything else for you to say, Kat? I'm pretty much done speaking about it.
Like, instead of the usual fatalities, we first achieved our first friendship.
Yeah, this may never happen again. To clarify, this may never happen again. It's amazing to see, yeah. So yeah, okay then. Well yeah. As always, I'll say goodbye from this one. It's been a blast, and if you want to say anything, you can, Kat.
No.